Hey guys, I'd like to make another video about the Sargon of Akkad and the Destiny debate. There was one part of the debate that they both didn't quite have an answer to. It was the part where why black people have a higher percentage of single mothers compared to the white community. I think one of the answers for why both communities are rising in the single-parent household is the increase in entitlements like welfare. These things have been increased over time, and there's a direct correlation between this and the destruction of the family. You can't deny that now that the state supplies pretty much everything the husband would have in those days, a lot of women these days don't bother staying with the guy, and a lot of guys don't bother staying with the woman because there's really no need to anymore. If you know that you can have 3 or 4 kids and each kid you're going to get money from the state, you're going to continue having kids depending, if you're that type of person that does that type of stuff, right? But, you know, if it was back in the day and they weren't supported by these programs, they would be more dependent upon the husband. So there wouldn't be this big of a problem because they would need each other more. But nowadays they don't need each other. So because there's the state, there's the government. So they were wondering why black people have a higher rate compared to white people in the community. And one of the reasons I think this is because when these programs started getting implemented more and more and more, black people were already a lower economic tier than white people. And, their families were a little bit more broken up. So already they were starting at a different tier when these programs got implemented. What I believe is they're pretty much a canary in the coal mine. Now, we see these programs affect everybody, but it's just affecting them slightly more. But it's really still having the same effects to everybody. So it's these programs that are really doing it. Welfare, it's entitlements. People function off of incentives. And if you incentivize people not to work, they're not going to work. If you incentivize people not to marry, they're not going to get married. You can't have the government come in and do everything, because every time they do, try to fix stuff, they end up fucking it up. Let's just be real. So I believe this is the reason why black people have a higher single mother rate than white people, but it's a problem in both communities. And as soon as we continue these entitlement programs and make it more beneficial almost to not work than it is to work, it's going to keep happening, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. So we got to address the root of the problem, and it's not based on race and this and that. It's based off incentives. Everybody works off incentives. So I think that's the reason why there's a difference. Black people are just a canary in the coal mine, so let's just be wary of that.